Hey, Brazil, Nikki Sixx here from Mötley Crüe. Looking forward to coming down there and kicking your ass. But right now, you're listening to 89 FM Radio Rock.
Fala galera, beleza? Eu sou o Wendell Corrêa e hoje eu vou conversar com Nikki Sixx, o baixista do Mötley Crüe, que vai se apresentar aqui em São Paulo no Allianz Parque no dia 7 de março de 2023, junto com Def Leppard. Eles estão em turnê mundial aí juntos, Def Leppard e Mötley Crüe. A apresentação aqui em São Paulo é em março. Você garante seu ingresso no eventim.com.br. Vou trocar ideia com o Nikki Sixx sobre essa apresentação com exclusividade para 89, a Rádio Rock.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing all right. All right, no complaints.
Nice talk with you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
So you're coming to Brazil. What are your memories from Brazil?
I just remember, basically in general, the crowds were the only time we've ever seen crowds like that were sometimes in like in the early days in some of the festivals, like in Southern Europe, like Italy and Spain, places like that. There's such a passion. I'm sure you hear this from every artist. The crowds are involved in every lyric and singing and jumping and it's infectious to us. Obviously, it gets the band fired up, and it's pretty magical time. Something we're really looking forward to.
And how has it been touring with Def Leppard?
Oh, piece of cake. We've known each other for 35 years, and always had a really good time together, but doing a full show together, designing every element of the lights, how the stage works, sharing different parts of the show and working on the timing and the intros and the outros. It's just been phenomenal. And a lot of times it'll be funny. I remember Joe walked in my dressing room one night. We were on tour, and I was starting to get ready. We flip-flop, right? So they play first one night, we play first the next night. And so it was their turn to go on first. There was bad thunderstorms. And so about 3/4 of the way through the show, the promoter had to pull them off the stage because the lightning was so bad and the band was soaking wet. So Joe walks in. I've got my leather pants on, I'm putting my boots on, no shirt, and he throws this nasty, wet shirt at me, and I'm like, oh my God, because I thought it was sweat, right? And he started laughing. He goes, well, we just got rained out, so we wish you better luck. And then we start joking around about, like, well, I go, Joe, maybe you guys will get rained out and we can play a few more songs. And he's like, maybe the rain will hit you guys and you won't be able to play Kickstart My Heart. So there's all this like friendly competition, lots of text messaging, lots of pulling for each other, really pulling for each other. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's great. But, sometimes when we tour with a lot of bands over the years, whether it's festivals, which is a different thing, or doing these co-headlines, or even having direct support or being direct support. Sometimes, the bands are kind of passing in the night. We don't necessarily get to see each other that much, and everybody's pretty friendly and stuff. But the way we did it, especially with COVID and, the precautions that we needed to take to protect the tour from anybody getting sick and losing a stadium show isn't something that's easy to make up. We were all sequestered in the same bubble area. So like to get into that area was you had to have certain, identification and stuff and proof of vaccination, blah, blah, blah. So to get in there, you either had to be directly closely with Mötley Crüe or directly closely with Def Leppard, and that basically meant Def Leppard's crew, our crew, and us and Def Leppard. So they really know how to do it right. Their dressing rooms, they've got a gym, they've got a chef, they got a chill room. So they'd walk over there, and I'd be sitting in their chill room eating chili, and would hang out with Phil and Sav, and Joe would walk in. I just love them. I love them. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's gonna be great memories in Brazil. We hope so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What can we expect for our Mötley Crüe show here in Brazil? We are going to play in a huge stadium in São Paulo.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to bring all the bells and whistles. We've had to do wanted to make some adjustments from the U.S. stadium. So we're sort of making some adjustments, but it doesn't affect size or punch of the show. Just some things that once we got out there and did these 36 shows, we're like, maybe we could improve on that, or change that. So we've just been doing that, but that's like so easy compared to designing this whole stadium show. We're just like a few changes, but it's a great show. Def Leppard's great show. And we're the same enough, but also different enough that when people do go see the show, they get to hear bands of the same genre that approached some of these great big songs in a different way. And it's really a lot of fun. I get to sit out there when I can and watch their show.
What is next for Mötley Crüe? Can we expect new songs coming up?
I mean, we just did those 4 songs for the Dirt soundtrack. We're pretty much locked down right now. We're having conversations, beyond next year. So what's 24 look like for us in the touring capacity? As far as new music, I think new music always comes when the band is like getting along. We get along so great right now. We've been having the best time. We spend time together. We go out to dinner. Tommy just had this 60th birthday party down in Mexico, and he invited a small group of his very good friends. And I was there, and Tommy was obviously there. A bunch of cool Tommy's friends. All of our wives were there. John 5 came in, and it was just cool to be able to not talk business, be in rehearsal, get on the phone, talk about the photo shoot or the video. It was just hanging out, walking on the beach. And we had some sweet conversations. Me and Tommy and Vince had this conversation. I go, what are you guys doing for the next 8 years? And everybody's laughing. I don't know. I said, why don't we just keep going? Let's just take it to 50. So this isn't a final tour. It's what it looks like. What does that look like? I have no idea. I'm just telling you, you have the band saying, we're having a blast. Why stop?
That's great. Enjoying the life. And do you still have a dream or goal on your career that you want to achieve and haven't the opportunity yet to achieve, like playing with someone or a place you haven't played yet?
My mind, for a while has been around creating storytelling, whether it was the Heroin Diaries or, my book, The First 21, and going in and kind of digging into those first 21 years. We've all had to experience them and get to share the music that influenced me. And it ends pre-Mötley Crüe. So I felt really good about that. It wasn't another Mötley Crüe book. And I started a company with Rob Minkoff, who's director of Lion King and many, many other things, an animation company. And we're about to go into pitch for an animated show that we've created around music, and it'll be around original music, and it'll be for like 6 to 9 year olds. And, the idea behind it is to lessons, doing the right thing and all that kind of stuff that, it's important for kids to learn, but through music and through fun characters. So, you think, Scooby-Doo with rock and roll in the background with some really cool characters. And the reason for that is it's a version of storytelling, but also, I'm 63 years old. I actually turned 64 on Sunday, which is just weird. And I've done so much with music, and I've had kids, I've had kids for decades, and right now my kids are older and they're off to college and they're working and they're flourishing in their own life. But 3 years ago, I had a baby girl with my wife, Courtney, and it's just been a really amazing time. She's young enough to be able to travel with us at times, and I haven't been working so hard that I'm not able to be a hands-on parent. So that's very important to me. Yes, I'm in a heavy metal band. Yes, I write books, but the idea of creating something that kind of juices young kids' brains and something that parents can also enjoy, because the music, and talk to a lot of guys, I won't, name their names, but a lot of big songwriters and big guys that you're probably fans of. And they're always like, so you want me to co-wrote a song like with you about this? Goes, and it's 2 minutes long. Goes, let's do it. Because it's not like, I'm diving into a full length record and I got a tour and this is who we sound. It's able to be able to say to people, we don't have to sound like anything. You could write a song called blank about this script, and it's fun for people. And a lot of guys that are friends of mine, they have kids or have had kids, so they kind of like into this idea. So I'm really enjoying that part of it. And next week, actually, I got some pretty big meetings on it. So we'll see. So you ask about dreams. That would be something I would love to kick back and look at that and go, wow, like, I was involved in all the music, the production, the development, and people are really digging it. It's like just another outlet for creativity.
That's great. And look forward to see it as well. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Look forward to see you in Brazil, man. Thank you so much.
You got us too. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye, man.
Bye-bye.
89, a Rádio Rock.